Hope all is well. Welcome back to Cosmic Vibes Tarot. I'm your tarot reader Nagesti, and today we're going to dive in with the May predictions. Since we're getting close to the new month, we're just a few days away from it, so I wanted to do one of each sign. I'm going to start with the Earth sign first. I'm going to start with Virgo, actually. I'll break down your May predictions with astrology, followed by some sacred symbols, and breaking it down more with Santa Muerte Tarot. So let's just get right to it for you, Virgo. Remember that these are general messages, so you're going to take what resonates and leave the rest that doesn't. As well as I keep making these May prediction videos, I want you to check out for your sun, your moon, and your rising sign just to get some deeper intel of what's to come towards you. But let's just get to the point, Virgo. We're going to do your May predictions and see what you need to be aware of. Thank you, Spirit. We have Mercury coming out here in reverse. So a lot to do with your communications for the month of May, being able to have discernment when it comes down to expressing your emotions here, especially when it comes down to matters of things that are of value or importance with Kriyas coming here. This is time for you to reconnect to your mother energy as well. And then we also have Eris in reverse here. So this is letting go of past hurt, pain, jealousy, things that may have been troubling you in the past. So we're going to start off with Mercury first. When you think of you, Virgo, you are underneath the ruling planet of Mercury along with Gemini here. So this shouldn't be too much of a hiccup for you in the month of May when it comes down to you expressing yourself or saying what is on your mind here. It's like you guys always know how to suffer or close off your emotions and your feelings so nobody can see the things that you go through. But Spirit is saying now is the time to open up. It's a time to reflect, especially expressing yourself here. If you were a person who kept to yourself most of the time, didn't talk about the things that you need or matter or things that have hurt you, now is the time to speak up, especially when you're trying to go through a transition here with the Mercury energy beginning in your month of May. But I'm going to read from the book just to give you a better breakdown of it. All right, Virgo, but you got it. I don't want you to stress about Mercury, especially when you're trying to explain yourself and maybe you may feel a little misunderstood. That could be an issue too that's going on. You need to let go of the judgment of people not understanding you. But it's saying here, if you have been expecting news or communication about an important issue, it is right around the corner. When you receive it, be sure to logically weigh the pros and cons before sending back your answer. Due diligence is key when Mercury is involved. It says, our brain is an amazing organ. It keeps the rest of our body working. It tells our heart when to beat. It makes sure we can eat food and drink water and let us communicate our needs. Mercury is reading the signals that you must make those needs known. Not expressing yourself leads up to buildup of anxiety. You can't expect others to read your mind. I said there's a theory that we are the product of our thoughts, that we cannot exist with them, but we know that it isn't true. A person in a vegetative state exists, but they don't have the capacity to reason or think. Thoughts can be a conscious action. Positive ones lead to a positive attitude and negative ones lead to a negative attitude. So release the being critical of yourselves and of other people, Virgo, for you in regards to Mercury energy coming in here. And like I was saying earlier, it's all about you connecting to your wants and needs, especially when it's something that has to deal with your emotions here. Your feelings matter, Virgo. So I'm going to pull a sacred symbol card for you to see what is coming along with this Mercury energy. Can you show me through the sacred symbol, Spirit, what is going on? What they need to be aware of when it comes down to communication? What are they communicating about at this current time? We have courage here. So this is giving me like the Wizard of Oz type of vibes here with the cowardly lion. He needed courage here to start standing out and speaking up for themselves. This is always something that's going to come and illuminate something within you for the month of May. This has always been something that you've been harboring and going back and forth with for quite some time, Virgo, especially being able to be comfortable in the background. Spirit is saying it's time to be in the forefront and have the courage to be noticed and to be seen. To have the courage to know that your voice will carry here, especially when it comes down to leadership mentality. You need to start getting more creative. That's also an important thing coming towards you with this courage card. You need to be more ambitious at this current month in May. Spirit is going to give you some insight on how to do those things, because if you look at the number 37, it's equaling into the number 1 for you. What is the 1? And 1 is all about mentality, leadership, responsibility, taking the role. So, you need to get a little bit comfortable with being uncomfortable, Virgo, especially when it comes down to being seen in certain things and how you are being perceived in the month of May. Spirit, can you show me with courage here and Mercury through the tarot, what do they need to have courage and communicate strongly about at this current time in the month of May? Thank you. I appreciate you, Virgo. And the thing is, Virgo, you're a fixer. You understand? A lot of people already come to you with things and issues and problems that they may have, and you always give the best advice. You're very kind and you're very nurturing. You don't like to see people worry, but you are it's like, don't worry, you don't need to do all the worrying, I'll do it for you type of energy. And Spirit is saying, we need to channel that in a more positive direction here. Okay, you need to learn how to balance that out, is what I want to say before I even pull the tarot. Like, it's good to take care of other people and make sure they're okay, but are you okay enough to even complete those tasks at hand? Because when it's time for you to do more focus on yourself, you get a little distracted there. Okay, and then you set your own self back. Okay, but you already knew better. But Spirit is saying you got to have the courage to keep pushing through. But thank you, Spirit. Can you show me through the tarot what they need to know with courage and Mercury? What do they need to have courage to communicate? Thank you, Spirit. We have the 8 of Cups. This is you having a hard time when it comes down to you walking away from certain emotions that have been draining you lately. Okay, you have an attachment to something here with the 8 of Cups in reverse. You need to understand, as well as you look closely at this card here. I don't know if you can see clearly. It's a little bit of a dark card. But this lady here, this skeleton, she's crying. Okay, she's wiping her own tears. Nobody's doing that for her. So you may feel like you've been in a period where you've been silently crying to yourself here, especially when you know deep down inside that you have something that you need to move on from, that you can no longer hold on to, especially when it's time for you to start honoring your needs and putting back on your crown here. As you can see, she's wearing a crown of emotions, okay? Overflowing, mind you, to the very tippy top, and it can't be held no longer here. It's time to reserve your peace at this current time. It's time to bring your emotions to the forefront and address them, okay? Address that within you, and then you'll be able to get the clarity that you need in order to move on from something that is holding you back at this current time, okay? This may be upsetting you. You may be screaming on the inside that, this is your comfort zone. Okay, you like to keep things within, but Spirit is saying no, it's time to let go of that. You need to move on here. You can't be stuck in a critical overthinking mindset. All right, you need to remain strong in your power. It's okay to be vulnerable with certain people as well. Maybe you feel like you have a hard time being able to discuss things with others, but Spirit is saying you will have the support system, even if you may feel like there aren't people that will understand you. You talking to Spirit alone, they do. They see everything that you're doing in this world. You have to understand, everybody has free will. It's all about the choices that you make here. And right now, Virgo, in the month of May, they're saying they're going to give you a jolt, a little wake-up call here in regards to you being in charge of yourself and being able to walk away from things and embrace this new opportunities, these new beginnings here. You need to be more kind to yourself at this current time. What else, Spirit? Thank you. So we do have the 4 cups. All right, so we're going to leave it back the way it was with the Eight of Cups in reverse, because that's just reiterating here. And mind you, the Courage card is in reverse, so we'll take the cards as it was. But I was telling you earlier, this is what it's all leading down to. You holding on to something here that is no longer serving you. When it comes down with this Four of Cups energy, the cups are already empty. When you think of the Four of Cups, there's three of them that are empty, and then Spirit is trying to rush in and give you a brand new, fresh-filled cup of love, cup of opportunity, and you're so fixated on the past here, okay, knowing that it's something that you have outgrown with this Four of Cups energy here. Spirit is saying that you need to pick yourself back up, okay? What's done is done here, you know? It's like you have things that are more passionate that you're not even focusing on. Especially when it comes down to matters of the heart for you. You know, you may be fixated on a relationship that has already been done, is what I'm getting looking at this Four of Cups card here. And Spirit is saying you have a whole new opportunity here in the background that you don't even notice yet. You know? Also, I'm not sure what the meaning of a centipede is. I think that's a centipede. I want to actually, I'm being called to look up the meaning behind that. See if I can do that really quickly. Give me a second here. I know that's kind of weird, but I feel very drawn to finding out what the centipede means. Oh, let's see. Oh, I can't find that now. Oh, crap. And my Alexa's off. Listen, before I might chime back in and actually give you the meaning of a centipede, but also you need to look that in yourself if you can. But I think that plays a specific role in your life. But you need to be grounding. My computer's dead, so I can't pull it up. I'm sad. But it's okay. What else when it comes down to courage and Mercury, Spirit? These three fell out. Oh, four. Okay. So we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, you need to start building your confidence and be vibrant at this current time. Stop self-secluding yourself here. It's like you have a hard time walking away from feeling like you don't have what it takes. Okay, you need to get out of that mindset here. And then we also have the Justice card coming up. All right, so Spirit is saying that there could be a means to an end with this Justice card here. It's like if you don't, how am I going to put this? You have the free will to make sure your karma can either come out bad or it can come out good. It depends on how much courage you have, what it takes to actually change yourself here instead of being fixated on certain things that rocked your behavior here. Justice will play out either way, but it's up to you to decide what side of justice you're going to be on. Okay? Judge and jury by Spirit is what I'm getting here. So it's no longer you pointing the finger and saying it's this, that, and the third. No, it's really on you now, is what I'm getting here. And then we also have the Two of Wands followed by the Justice card here. And like I said, maybe you feel like maybe even looking at this Two of Wands, you may be offended by what I just said just a moment ago, but I don't want you to be offended. I did want you to embrace what is, you know, Spirit's trying to tell you. I'm only here to be a conduit at this moment for you, but it's really a certain time for you to start connecting, being grounded, especially when it comes down to trusting your heart of doing what you love. Okay, you may feel like you're being pulled into two different directions here and unsure if you can go through the fire or grow something within you. But Spirit is saying you definitely have all that it takes to do with this Two of Wands energy. And then we have the Tower here. You may have to go through a sudden upheaval. Something is going to shake you up and show you that you may feel confused at this time here, especially with the way how this Tower card is looking. It's kind of reminding me of like the Labyrinth card, you know, stairs going all different directions. You don't know where it's going to lead you, if it's going to be a trap or not, or if it's going to lead you to being out of somewhere here. But Spirit is showing you, this look like this Queen of Wands is sitting on her balcony, you know, at peace here, by the flowers of sunshine here. But if you look closely, there's a whole bunch of chaos going on in the side where the Tower card is. Certain people might need to be left behind here, is what I'm getting from these cards. Okay, you tapping into your sacral energy will help you more. Don't be afraid to embark us on this new journey here, because I'm familiar with, sorry I keep shaking the camera, but I'm familiar with the deck. But this little person here is actually the Fool from before. And the Fool card, he has the same shirt on. But it's definitely telling you, even though there's many directions and options that you can choose from at this current time, you need to be reminded that your intuition is what's going to lead you. Certain things here with the Six of Cups here, you got to be mindful. This lady's from the Six of Cups card. If I just remember their faces. But be careful of the doors that you want to open, especially the ones of the past. Spirit is trying to show you there's other opportunities to lead you to success here. You may feel a little bit brokenhearted. There's a lady laying here on the floor in a green dress here. But, you know, these are things that may be giving you a lot of thought process in the month of May here. What this Tower is bringing you is you going back and forth here, trying to decide if this new beginning is really happening for you in your life. And, you know, it's okay to be a little bit vulnerable with matters of the heart, especially when it comes down to changing and going through this transformation here with this Tower card, and, you know, deflecting and reflecting from the past here, and making sure not to go back into those doors here, because as you can see, the Fool is kind of blocked off from this purple door. You can't see that, you can't get through over here. You know, Spirit is trying to lead you into a whole new direction. So you may be conflicted with certain things showing up from your past, but, you know, like this Queen of Wands energy here, you got to remain in your power. You got to stand on the balcony and foresee all these things. Look beyond the horizon. Look at something from a different perspective here. You do have an opportunity to receive your flowers, because in the background, all these little sunflowers are here in the corner here. This is the sun energy. And it's not even a whole journey, a whole process, a whole convoluted freaking chaos. You just look right to your right hand side, and there's your flowers. So you make the decision on what path you want to go here. All right, because on this side it's craziness, but on this side I just see a lot of springtime energy, a lot of flowers, and a lot of success here. It's time to let go of that mindset. Okay, we have the Magician at the bottom of the deck here. It's time for you to start manifesting some type of success here. You have all the magic within you. You've already been illuminated enough here, especially when it comes down to that clarity. You have all the truths you need to be told. You don't need to be reminded or confirmation here, especially when it comes down to your emotions and where you prioritize yourself, okay, with this Cup energy. All right, intuitively, Spirit has been giving you downloads. You already foresee a lot of things. You're very detail-oriented, Virgo. Okay, so it's all about you now. You have the keys in your hand. You have the wand in your hand. And when you think of the wand, this is all about your magic. What you create. Because what you do will make you happy emotionally. You'll feel very fulfilled. Especially because you're connected and you're rooted right now. Standing in your divine power. Okay, you can manifest whatever you put your mind to. And as I was saying earlier with this Mercury card, that you can think positive and have a positive outcome, or you can think negative and have a negative outcome. It's up to you right now, Virgo, in the month of May. All right, mind you, we're in Taurus energy. So when you think of Taurus, they're very self-caring, self-giving, self-loving here, but they also can be very stubborn and fixed. So if you have a hard time in your ways, you're so set to it and used to a routine, you need to let go of that. It's time to start shaking it up. That's what's coming in with Mercury for you. I'm going to pull a mindful oracle card for you in regards to this, and then we'll move on to the next one, which was Creus. What is a mindful oracle card in regards to Mercury? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, And your card is create. So Spirit wants you to step into that solar plexus energy, as I was saying with this yellow courage card here, the leadership. It says you're being asked to connect with your creative side in whatever way feels best. It says this part of you needs extra attention right now, and it needs to be expressed in a bigger way. So you already have an idea is what I'm getting here. You've been working on something for quite some time here, but you're still taking small baby steps. I feel like you went down a path of a lot of learning, a lot of introspection, okay? You understand how things work, right? And now you're starting to dip your toe into the pool and get into the water and start exploring, but Spirit is seeing you just dip one toe, then the next toe, then the next toe, and Spirit is like, no, you could actually put your whole leg in there. You know, your body can go in there. You can take some laps, Spirit is saying, and actually own what you do, no matter what it is, you know. You know, even if you have a certain career, you're trying to get a promotion, you're trying to climb that ladder to success here, you're trying to connect with other people, have more friends, you know, be able to go out more if you're looking and seeking for love, you know. So you need to put yourself out there more than what you already are. You're not, you can do more, Virgo, is what I'm getting. You can be more active. You can create whatever you want to. I feel like you're selling yourself short right now, Virgo. And you need to have the courage to put your crown on your head and own your sovereignty at this current time. That's what I'm getting for you. All right, so we're going to pull for Creus. That was your second card here. We're going to pull for Creus, and we're going to see what this energy is all about. Mind you, this asteroid, it's in the color green here, so of course this is going to be a tug at your heartstrings here. A lot of mother like energy here, self-soothing type of energy is what I'm getting. Being gentle on yourself here, especially when you're going through a major change like this in the month of May with Mercury and courage and the tower here. It may feel a little bit overwhelming for you in the beginning, but you need to understand that you need to be gentle on yourself. When it said earlier, don't think negative, don't be critical on yourself where you are saying, I'm failing, okay? You may not be where you want to be at this current time, but you can't talk down to yourself and say, I'm not good enough, or I should have been doing this. We can't have that type of mindset, okay? You need to be kind to yourself, okay? Like if you were a child, and or if you had a child and if you were a mother and something happened and you wanted to soothe that child, Spirit is saying you need to do that for yourself. Be the mother-like figure, you know, for your inner child, and heal that at this current moment in the month of May with this Creus energy. But let's get to it in the book here. All right. So it's saying things are abundant in your life right now, and the potential for reaching your goals is peak. You just need to stay focused on the things that matter to you most. It says don't let minor distractions get in the way of that or influence your decisions. You know what is best for you, even if it doesn't make sense to anyone else. If you're also going through a low emotional period, do your best to appreciate the beauty in every day. Eat nourishing foods and make beautiful art. Go for a walk and reconnect with nature. Spend time with your loved ones doing things that matter. Material items and overindulgence will not serve you right now, so avoid emotional binges. And it says when we are children, our parents are supposed to take care of us. They should hug us when we are sad and feed us when we are hungry. At some point, we try to take over this parental role for ourselves, and if you're struggling to get things done, it could be that a wound from your upbringing is causing you to get in your own way. So it's a lot about healing this inner child energy as well, okay? As I was saying, you got to be the parental figure right now for yourself in your life right now, and give a lot of that nurturing energy. Be kind to yourself. The Spirit is saying abundance is on the way, success is on this way. Okay, you can have the things that you truly desire, but it was also reiterating that it's time for you to tune out distractions. Like as we were looking earlier in your cards, we had that tower, and I was explaining how crazy it is on this side of the tower here, all this chaos, but mind you, on the other side, it's simple right there, your flowers and being surrounded by gold here. So you just you internally know what you're supposed to do from what's not important. Okay, and Spirit is saying, don't make the decisions and ignore your responsibilities when you know good and well what it is that you need to get done, because if you do that, then that's just like a slap in the face to them. Okay, you didn't put in all this work and self-reflection and understanding when it comes down to yourself for you to just ignore. Okay, you really need to go over this cycle within you, especially when it comes down to the inner child of why you're so scared to take initiative on certain things here, and just continue. It's like you'll go and then you stop, and then it's like, well, what happened? Actually, I'm going to pull some charms. I'm being called to do that for you, Virgo. I'm going to pull some charms in regards to this Creus energy and what needs to be nurtured in regards to your inner child right now. So just take a moment with me. I have my little satchel here, but I'm going to pull some charms for you, Virgo. Spirit, can you show me what does Virgo need to heal in regards to their inner child? What do they need to heal? Thank you. We have the dragon, and then we also have the music symbol. Once again, it's all about you being revved up, fired up, having a lot of passion, a lot of strength, a lot of courage, a lot of energy here to be creative, especially with this treble clef. I don't know, some of you may be into music here, but when we think of the music and we think of self-expression here, especially with the charm being in the color of blue here, it's like you're being asked to definitely be creative and be powerful and stand on business behind it. Okay, that's what Spirit is saying for you. Okay, it's time for you to really show your firepower here. It's like you're a very talented person here, especially when it comes down to this dragon energy, because when there's a dragon present, everybody notices. You cannot miss a dragon, okay? Especially when it comes down to music here, you attract a lot of things, you draw in a lot. I feel like regardless, maybe you're not an artsy person, but when you speak, you draw in a lot of attention. Okay, people will listen to the things that you are trying to create or the ideas that you're trying to push here. And Spirit is saying that don't be afraid to be noticed, and don't be afraid of your own power, especially when it comes down to your creative side. Spirit already knows that you're gifted. You know deep down you're gifted, but you need to trust yourself that you know how to handle these things. Okay, and embrace this new way of life here, this new acceptance. It's like I said, get rid of the lack set mentality. So that's your inner child here, is honoring and stepping into your creative power here. Okay, and expressing it free will. That's more important for you at this current time. I'm going to pull a sacred symbol on this with this Creus energy. Thank you, Spirit. What does Virgo need to know for the month of May? What do they need to know in the month of May, Spirit? The Creus. We have guides here coming out. Another blue card energy here. This is you connecting to the water, being able to understand the ebb and flow of life, emotions here, especially when it comes down to reflecting back to the past of the inner child and transitioning into bringing what you have ignored back then and bringing it into a present moment, and how you can integrate that to help you bring in this new abundance. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here with this guide energy. Your guides are trying to connect with you and reach out to you. They're trying to tell you that you have what it takes. You need to believe that within yourself, with this courage card coming out, that you can do this. Spirit is saying if you are feeling upset about certain things, you can also connect with the water as well. Okay, at speaking things into the water, washing away the negative energy while you shower here, sitting by the beach, a lake, a stream here, listening to the sounds of the water. You know, give way is what I'm getting here with the guides card. They're trying to lead you into something better, especially when it comes down to self-soothing. I think again with this Creus card, this motherly card. you get this energy of being guided to calmer waters, is what I'm hearing for you, Virgo. You're being asked to let yourself be led to calmer waters. It's like you don't have to fight anybody, because at this moment now you're just fighting against yourself. You need to release. It's okay. Nobody else is coming at you anymore, Virgo. You need to stand in this power. I'm going to pull some tarot on this situation. What does Creus and the guides together mean for Virgo at this current time when it comes down to the month of May? Thank you. What is Creus and the guides letting them know? Thank you. We have the Fool card. And I was saying that this card was present in the Tower and how he was there. But yeah, this is you packing it up. This is maybe you traveling in the month of May. Maybe you might be going on a new journey here. You might be doing some sightseeing. But it's going to bring something very transformative within you. We do have this butterfly energy coming in with the card here. He's holding on to this butterfly, looking for it. It looks like he's actually smiling here. Okay, being protected, surrounded by his ancestors here. Okay, honoring them. He has his guitar with him here. So this is definitely stepping into your power here. You see how he's like marching forward here? This is taking initiative with the two candles. Is reminding me of the Two of Wands. You're making a decision here to actually step into the sun and transform and be this individual who you dreamt of, who you thought you were when you were a child that you tucked away back into the closet. You're going to be comfortable with being seen here. So even though it may have seemed crazy in the beginning of your reading, well, not really crazy, but with courage and Mercury here, you may feel in the initial standpoint at the beginning of May being torn and, you know, but you're going to have that mental clarity and you're going to have a sense of self-soothing energy here where it's going to nudge you to go forward here. Trust this process, you know, of honoring your heart once again, being grounded here. Creativity is playing a lot here, especially when it comes down to the solar plexus with all this yellow, and then also your sacral chakra too. You know, give way to pleasure here. It's like you allow people to have all the fun and desire that they want in their lives, but when it comes down to you, you put it on a back burner and say, you know, it's nice to have these things, but I need to do this, that, and the third in order to get to where I need to be. No, you can actually have fun and have your desires and do things that, you know, pleasure you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do things like that within to make you have the success that you want. Okay, you're going to learn how to balance that energy. All right, you've done a lot already. But I see you going on to a more success in the month of May here. I actually see you not backing down. I see you going forward here with the Fool card here, even though you're not sure of exactly how it's going to play out, but you know at the end of the day, it's better than where you were. Thank you, Spirit. We also have the Three of Wands here. I feel like as you start taking more initiative on stepping into new territory, all right, new beginnings here, being the butterfly that you know that you are, you're going to have more and more of a desire to create with this Three of Wands energy here. You're going to attain more knowledge. It's like initially once you start settling in, you're going to see all the things, all the slight blessings and the abundances are going to start trickling down to you, and you're going to want to start planning more and leaning towards your creative side. Oh, well, if I can do this, let's see if I can do that. Let me train myself and mix that. You know, you're going to get into creator mode. All right. And you're going to put yourself out there and you're going to look to see what people are catching on to, or, you know, what they're receiving here. It's like you've been mindful at the same time, you know, especially when it comes down to your groundedness here during this time of May, when you're starting to take this initiative on yourself and being comfortable of being in a new element. Okay. But from you grounding and staying connected to the things that truly make you happy within your heart here, you're going to receive a lot of downloads here. And it's going to help you plan for the future even more. It's like that song I'm hearing in my head. I could see it clearly now. The rain is gone. It's going to be a bright, sunny day. That's what I'm hearing in my head for you, Virgo. So I know you may be on pins and needles right now, wondering what the hell this direction, why am I feel like I'm falling back? You're not falling back. You're just being faced with certain things here where you know that it's just tiring now. It's played out. And Spirit is saying, deep down these things don't make you truly happy. Time to switch it up. You already know. You've already, been in the motions here. Let's just fully integrate now. What else with this Three of Wands and the Fool card, Spirit? Thank you. We also have the Seven of Cups here. This is all about your choices. Okay, releasing confusion here, especially when it comes down to certain paths that you want to embark on, because I feel like you're going to have more than one opportunity coming towards you at this current time. All right, and let's say if you're in your career field, right, and you're applying for jobs, okay, and you're trying to figure out what job is going to best benefit you, Spirit wants you to make sure you do your research and be in alignment with what you're embarking on, okay? Do something that is not going to drain you, all right? Not everything that glitters is gold. Just because it's thrown at you doesn't mean that you need to jump right on it. No, Spirit says take your time. You're going to grow a lot of things here, especially when it comes down to understanding emotionally. It's like you're not going to be overreacting in the month of May is what I'm getting here with this Seven of Cups energy being in reverse. It's like because of the fact of you learn to balance your emotions, okay? Especially when it comes down to past actions here. And because you decided to take the leap of faith and start these new opportunities, you're going to know and see what benefits are going to be blessed out of certain things here and what things need to be left alone. All right, because we do have some cups here that look like they're empty, and there's other cups here that have things coming to fruition, things growing and blossoming here. Okay, that's going to make your heart soar. And it has a lot to deal with how you express yourself. Okay, so don't be afraid here. All right, it's like a divine new beginning innocence here with this white flowers here. So you have a lot of opportunities here, so you need to start getting yourself geared up. It's like you're going to be planning, but at least while you plan, you're already going to have the knowledge that you attained here to see through the BS of what is and what isn't. And you're going to be settled with your decisions here. You're not going to be going back and forth here. What else, Spirit? Thank you. We also have the Page of Wands. Here you go. This is your inner child here is what it's saying to me with this Page of Wands energy, that you're going to be happy about the things that you desire. You're going to start, taking initiative. You're going to start having the energy to do things here. You're going to let loose and learn how to have fun again, especially with this new embarking. It's like you're scared of how, it's like maybe before when you were going through change and transition, we all do this throughout our lifetime, right? Maybe you were scared because you were so used to negative transition, something that is always harboring, or it's not always, beautiful, or whatever the case may be. But Spirit is saying that you'll see the beauty in these movements as you go along with this new, way of life, this new way of thinking here. You're going to be doing a lot of healing with this inner child energy, being very expressive, wanting to take that energy. It's like that first day of school type of mentality here is what I'm getting. But you are divinely protected and rooted at this moment here. Spirit is saying to embrace, Thank you, Spirit. And then look, we have the Chariot, you being led down to different paths here now. Spirit is watching over you this whole time here. They're looking down on you, seeing what you're going to manifest and you're going to create here. Intuitively, emotionally, and creatively here. You have a decision on where you want to go. Are you going to act on the things that truly, what you desire here? There's a lot of things that are being revealed at this current time here. So it's all about nurturing and honoring yourself here with this Chariot. Chariot reminds me of that Cancerian energy. Okay. So we're going to pull a mindful oracle, and then I'll move on to your next card, which was Eris. So Spirit, what is a mindful oracle card for Virgo in the month of May? Bravery again. So with courage and bravery being here out, and introspective, it's really iterate, like tough skin. Get ready to pick it up. Momentum, it's coming. Regardless, it's like you got to look at it this way. You've been training and doing something for quite some time now, getting ready for this freaking show. You go out there and you're well received. Your boss loves the work that you're doing. Let's say you got invited out to a party. You weren't sure how you were going to be perceived by others, if people were going to like you or whatnot. And then you go out there and you actually kill it. People want to get to know you. People want to hang around you. Your boss wants to pull more from your brain, and see what else you got going on in there. Well, Spirit is saying you have what it takes. Don't think that this was a one-trick pony show. You're not a one-trick pony. You need to have the bravery to keep doing more, putting yourself out there more, being talented and creative. It says you're being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable. But do you have the strength and the bravery to make this decision? And you will feel so much lighter when you do. You know why you're going to feel lighter? Because you're going to see how well you are at something. And I know, Virgo, you are the type of person who loves validation. I know they say it's the Leo. They love to be told that they're doing great and things like that. But you guys do too. Because you guys don't talk a lot when it comes down to taking care, doing, respecting. It's like you guys don't express it a lot, but within your actions, you do a lot. You say I love you a lot, okay? With your actions, it shows how much you truly care for someone or your job or yourself. It's all through your actions. And you would like somebody to notice that the things that you've been doing, because some people, when it comes down to you, it's like, oh, well, you didn't say anything, so how am I supposed to know? And that gets you frustrated. But because you are brave and you're putting yourself out there and you realize that the work that you've been doing, people do notice and they're going to like it, they're going to love it. You need to be brave that you know that you can keep continuing doing these certain things within your life. Okay, this is what's going to direct you to having a lot of success in this month of May, even within this year. Okay, so create and be brave and actually be proud of the things that you are doing right now, because it is amazing, Virgo. It is amazing. I'm going to put your little charms to the side here too. Bravery with the dragon. That's but yeah, your last card was Eris here. It was in reverse here, which is good energy here. This is you letting go of certain emotions here, understanding that you can be entitled to certain feelings, especially when the beginning of your reading, when we had that Two of Wands in reverse, not being sure that you can take a chance on yourself, and having a certain bitterness about people who can or who can not hold on to pain, not hold on to anger, not hold on to resentment, not to hold on to jealousy and things like that. You're able to let go of that. You've matured at this current time, Virgo. And this is going to help adjust you forward into the month of May and show you how you can balance out this energy now that you've been working on. And now you're getting into gear now of the routine of this new version of yourself. So we're going to read on Eris. Let's see what this is all about for you. Give me 1 second. I know it's taking me a little bit of some time, but I got it. It's saying feeling jealous, angry, there are both healthy emotions, but don't let them consume you entirely, or you may not be invited to the party. It might feel satisfying to lash out in the moment, but if you channel that anger into something more productive, you will yield much better results. Eris can also point to transgenerational trauma, and it affects our daily lives. We carry the stresses of our ancestors inside us, and it shapes our responses to certain triggers on a cellular level. These traumas can be the immediate family level, but also societal. Remember that things you are feeling are valid. So anger, strife, karma, vengeance, reflection here. So since it's in reverse here, I see already addressing these things, you know, especially if it had to deal with family trauma, certain backgrounds and traits of family members that, you know, led to cycles for other generations here. You're breaking free from that because you've learned a lot of lessons by seeing the outcome. You know, if you're seeing yourself going down a certain path and you're like, no, I'm not going to be just like such and such, I'm going to be myself type of energy here. I'm not going to hold on to resentment or anger. I choose to hold on to peace and happiness and embrace the good things that are surrounding me now. I'm going to show gratitude. You know, I'm going to be positive. These things, this type of energy that you're pulling out in this month of May is going to give you the strength to keep standing in your power here, especially with this new beginning. Okay, it's time to get off your butt now, Virgo. All right. Especially if you already overcome certain things here, especially with this Eris card coming out, then, you know exactly now that it's okay to walk through the doorstep. I'm going to pull a sacred symbol. Thank you. What is the sacred symbol for Eris? Thank you, Spirit. We have message here. So, and it's in reverse here. So there's a message that needs to be talked about here. 33 could be a very significant number for you at this current time. But it could be about something that you're not listening to. Maybe if you haven't addressed certain things within you, this is the message that you need to be getting now. All right, and honoring that, especially when it comes down to, you know, the moth energy here. Some people are always drawn to the butterfly, but the moth is always the one in the hidden shadows. But Spirit is trying to give you a message here, and they want you to understand something within yourself here that you need to address, especially when it comes down to your shadow side here. Okay, or maybe this is something that you might be dealing with other people with, and you need to address it here. Maybe you've kept it within here, and Spirit is saying it's time to start opening up. We're going to pull some tarot on what the message is, especially when it comes down to your heart space with this green energy. But Spirit, can you show me what message is for Virgo? Thank you. What is message? We have the Page of Pentacles. This is all about your stability, lack set mentality, letting go of resentment and being more resilient at this time. Knowing that the seeds that you have planted will grow, especially when you're more creative here. I see you smiling and being happy here if you just listen to the message. With this Page of Pentacles energy, even though it is a slow start, at least it's a start. Okay? What else with message, Spirit and Eris? Don't be upset that things are going slow for you. It's like maybe you are a committed person. Maybe you are working on yourself here. Because mind you, there's a card that landed on bravery, but I'm not going to flip it over yet because I see the Hierophant card came out. And I want to talk about this first. It may be slow. It may not be moving as fast. You may be a little bit frustrated, like, okay, well, if I've been working on myself, I've been healing myself and stuff like that, why do I still feel torn between the past here? Because what? Because things are unfolding, but not on your time here. So you feel like it doesn't matter. I'm just going to go back to the old ways of certain things here, certain routines that you're used to because you may not feel secure right now. But Spirit is trying to tell you and deliver you this message here that you need to keep working and sticking to your commitments and honoring what you're doing right now, okay? Because this is something that you have a deep inner knowledge of that's going to bring you some success here, okay? This is you playing by the rules here, all right? This is you being a leader. You intuitively know that you had commitments and things that you spoke to yourself and to Spirit here that was going to build you up, even though you knew deep down inside it might be a risk, but it's worth taking here. But as long as you stand in your power, you know that that you'll be able to overcome any obstacle that is being thrown at you. Okay, and it's like, don't forget the message. Don't forget that we planned this together. We talked about this. We discussed this already. Intuitively, you already know. Stick to these commitments. Honor yourself. Honor putting yourself first. Okay. Why? Because before, when you weren't, you were in an energy here of a lot of anger and sadness. Granted, we are entitled to that, but you were sticking in those emotions for quite some time, and Spirit is saying we can't do that anymore. Okay, remember the message that we had told you. Okay, honor and stand by your commitments here. All right, it will get you a lot further. And then this card came out for bravery, and this is the Lovers here in reverse here. You need to be brave that in what you're doing, especially with creating, okay, with this dragon energy and this treble clef, this landing even on the whole childhood dreams here. This is like something that you've may thought about being or doing or wanting to have a lot of creativity of being able to define who you are, finding your personality and being comfortable in your own skin and knowing that regardless you are going to be received and understood here to help get you further in life. You need to honor and trust the process, Virgo, is what I'm getting here with this Lover card in reverse, okay? You remaining rooted and emotionally balanced because you have a key that you can unlock within yourself. It's right above you here, okay? You have it within you to unlock a lot of abundance in your heart, but you need to be willing to have the courage and take the initiative here. Why was the Lovers in reverse, Spirit? Here we go, the Three of Swords here. What are you going to be committed to? Pain, or are you going to be committed to happiness? Why is the Three of Swords here, Spirit? Thank you. We have the Eight of Pentacles here. Are you going to keep having pain with the laxet mentality, not putting enough effort here? This is up to you now, Virgo, with this Eight of Pentacles. This is all about how much you want to invest your time into people, persons, place, or things here. You have the free will to define what you want your life to play out as. Okay? It just sucks because you may be upset that it's not moving in accordance to the time frame that you may want it here. And because of that, you keep fixating on this past energy, this past pain. But Spirit is saying you have what it takes if you stay committed and honor the things that you are doing, be brave and keep being creative. You will have success here. But you got to let go of the pain that, feeling like you're not going to get what you deserve. Is what I'm getting here. And then we have the Empress at the bottom of the deck here. You need to realize who you truly are. Somebody in divine power, divine feminine energy here. A nurturer, somebody that's grounded, somebody that's rooted, somebody that's vibrant, electrifying here. Okay, communicative, a social butterfly. All right. Not afraid to experiment, put themselves out there, owning who they are. Because this is you. You're not a humdrum person. You just need to keep working on yourself with this Seven of Pentacles energy here. Keep doing that because you're already in a divine connection with the Emperor. I split the deck and the Emperor is right there. It's time to start taking control. Balancing out your femininity and your masculinity at this current moment. Don't forget this message here. Stand in your power. Own it. Own it. Don't be on the fence about it. Just do it, like the Nike commercial. I'm going to pull a Mindful Oracle card and see what this plays out for you. Okay, so we have expand, and it's crazy because today is Thursday, day of Jupiter. What do we think of Jupiter? We think of expansion, growing. And it's saying you're being asked to expand. It says you live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. So be comfortable with taking up space. You're meant to be seen and heard right now, Virgo. Be comfortable with being told that you did a good job, that you're being acknowledged for the work that you put in, Don't think your work is going in vain. It's not. So don't stop doing it because you feel like it's not there. It is. You just have to keep going. All right. And then we also have check-in. It's saying here, when you think about whatever it is you're pondering, take a moment to check in on how you feel about it. Do you feel lighter or heavier, excited or filled with dread? It says pay attention to your inner guidance. It's always very helpful. So, trust your gut intuition here, especially when we had that Seven of Cups energy coming in for you. It was telling you that you need to, you be planning and working on yourself. You're going to know that there's going to be opportunities that are going to come your way in the month of May, but you need to have your discernment to make sure you're doing what is right for you, what's going to serve your needs. Okay? Being more nurturing to yourself, gentle on yourself, and just don't be afraid to shine your talents at this current time. You're being asked to do that. Seriously. Regardless, even if you feel like you don't have a talent in the world, you do. Deep down inside, you know you do. And right now, Spirit is saying, put it out there. You may feel like your talent isn't important, but it is at this current moment. I'm going to pull a career card and an angel card before I close out your message. Thank you, Spirit. What does Virgo need to know within their career? Oh, we have a couple of cards, so I'll just go through it quickly. Spirit is definitely telling you that you need to cut ties with something here. It's in reverse here. Maybe you're having a hard time, but it's saying you may need to leave your current position, okay, and look for something better. We also have timing in reverse here, so you may have issues with divine timing here, and it's all in the hands of Spirit here, okay? Or you need to pause before you make a decision on something. And then we have moving up that came out in reverse here. So you need to cut the ties of feeling a laxant mentality here, that you're stuck and stagnant and you can't move up because you can. We do have freedom coming out here. It says you need to have more flexibility with your schedule and income. It's saying being self-employed is ideal for you. Time off will help you get clearer. So stop being on the fence about certain things. Your freedom is coming, and then we have illumination. Spirit is going to give way towards showing you something within your career that can help you with new opportunities and insight coming out here. All right, or you may have some support coming towards you. Spirit, can you show me what an angel card is for them, for Virgo, for the month of May? Thank you. And then we have improving health here. So Spirit is also saying this would be a good time for you to start eating more healthy at this current time. Start being more mindful, doing your stretches, your yoga, being out there, just a simple walk outside, getting some sunshine here, doing some light exercises in the morning. It can get your energy back into the swing of things, okay? And if you've been, going through a lot of things that have been on your mind here, especially with this like an Ace of Cups type of energy here, that's going to be restored and renewed for you, okay? You're going to be intuitively getting these downloads of certain things that are going to help uplift you, all right? So that was your message. I hope that you liked it, Virgo. I will check in with you guys later, and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.